Hello everyone and welcome to possibly the weirdest start to a series I've ever done. This is the first round of the BMSC WarmUp 2017 at 1 minute past 11 at night, because I didn't realise that I could stream on the campus Wi-Fi. So yeah, we're doing post commentary on this, and tonight I will be joined by my Game 7, 8 and 9 commentator Bnjy. You can actually say hello this time, and please don't let your mic screw up on us.
Alright, did I do a mic drop? Or are we good?
We're good. So we're gonna move swiftly on. The game
so what you're saying is that you don't typically start tournaments at 11 at night.
Typically, no. I mean, it's just weird. But the game will be between Adrienne, Berger and Alison Sadler, and we'll just get straight on with it, won't we?
Okay.
And it's Adrienne to start. And Adrienne has quite a nice rack going on there. It's got...
Okay, I assume Dakites with a K is not Worden Collins.
I haven't heard of it.
Okay, so I guess it wouldn't be.
But then I haven't heard of a lot of things.
Yeah, it's only Dacites, I suppose. So I would probably play something like Kid here.
Yeah, I mean, ideally here you want to keep the synergy of the rack together. You want to keep as many of the nice letters you can, as many of A, E, I, D, S, and T.
Another reasonable play is actually just exchange K. Like, that's a very good leave.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite interesting actually to think about this kind of play, because, you know, there is no bonus, but you've also got 6 really good letters, and you're going to have to play off one of those 6 really good letters to, if you want to actually play a move. So exchanging actually sounds quite fun, though your opponent is definitely going to know what you're up to.
Well, yeah, but it's early in the game. It's tough to block up the board. Even if they know what you're up to, they might not be able to stop you. Or they might not want to try and stop you. They might exchange themselves is the only thing.
Yeah, and it will only backfire if you don't pick up a bonus, so you'd have to be pretty unlucky to do that. But a quick championship player sim reveals that Kid is actually...
I find it a little curious that exchanging doesn't show up at all. I guess it just doesn't think AIDEST is very strong, but...
Probably isn't, and we're probably just overvaluing it.
Maybe. Like, if you draw a vowel, it could be really bad.
Yeah, but anyway, Adrienne opens with Caddy. So she plays the second best move on this very quick sim.
Yeah, it's not a bad play. It still keeps, like, the best part of the rack together. I just think I would rather have the A as well.
Yeah, the A makes it look nice. But
it's also a very strong leave.
Yeah. So we will move on to Alison's rack, and immediately she has 2 bonuses. Let's get this right. Do you know her 2 bonuses?
Outused and Duteous?
No, Alison's, not Adrienne's.
Oh yeah, yes, I do know her 2 Vingos.
You don't make up bonuses here, Bnjy.
It would be Arius and Seriate.
Yes.
I am an expert.
Yeah, you know your satire plus an E word. And a quick sim, yeah, Seriate, Arius.
Well, she had more than 2 Vingos, but whatever.
Yeah, there's Siderate, Readiest, Seriated, Steadier, but yeah, it's anything hooking on the end of caddies really, and Arius is better because Seriate just opens up triple lane and where all those vowels are.
Yes, I agree. Arius is a clear favorite.
So as you accidentally said, Adrienne does actually have a 7-letter word here. Only 1.
Yeah, I didn't think outused was a word, but you said that there were 2, so I got confused.
You got confused as to whose rack I was referring to.
Yes.
But yes.
But it doesn't look like it plays.
No, it doesn't actually, which is kind of unfortunate. So what do we do now that we're unable to play Duteous?
That's a good question. Maybe something like Oud, O-U-D, keeps UTES and scores a decent amount. The only problem with it is it blocks the board a lot.
And when you're a bonus behind already, you don't really want to block the board up. Or limit the board, which is how I prefer to think of it.
That's probably a better way of thinking about it, in Collins at least.
Yeah, because a lot of plays, they don't really prevent other plays, they just limit which plays can be made. But there is actually a bonus here.
Okay.
I've got my magic tool up on the side. I
did not know that one.
Knew it. Yeah, it goes with an L and an R, so there's outduels as well as outjures. But,
yeah, I think that's Collins only.
sounds like it is. But, Adrienne goes for, Dewey. How are we going to pronounce that?
That's fine.
No, yeah, I mean...
It's Huey, Dewey, and Louie, I guess, but... By the way, you should watch the new DuckTales.
I
great.
Probably should. Yeah.
But anyways, even though that this keeps more open, it's not really an easy lane for it to hit, and it scores so much less, and I think it's a worse leave than Oud, so I would probably just play Oud if I didn't see the bingo here.
Mm-hmm.
You're giving up 15 points of valuation, which is just too many, especially this early in the game.
Yeah, and there's the extra tile turnover as well. It's just slightly more balanced, I think. But then my opinions are regularly wrong. So, Alison...
One letter off of Dimwits.
I know! She lined it up as,
Gimwits?
as Gimwits, yeah.
Nice.
And I was like, oh, I hope she's seen it. And, she probably did see it. But, you know, there's no bonus, which is kind of sad. But immediately you want to split up the duplicate eyes and get rid of 2 of WGM.
Yeah, you have a pretty easy play of wigs here. That's the first thing that jumps out at me. You could also play just wig, making KI and AG. That might be a little bit better, especially since you're... Actually, I think I like wigs a little better. It's more defensive.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of players would argue that being defensive this early on in the game is a really bad idea. But
you're not really giving that much up to do it, though, so...
Yeah, and at the same time, this current board makeup is just not S-friendly at all. And there are still 2 S's, 2 blanks unseen.
Yeah. You're not giving up much in the way of equity, and you're not giving up like an easy ST or just S or T hook, especially when your opponent just played off 2 tiles.
Yeah, so you
no
almost
points.
figure with 2 tile fishes that you know they're fishing. I mean,
yeah, I would
playing off 2 tiles isn't always indicative of fishing. It depends what those 2 tiles are and what they do. And there's tons of factors involved that are really confusing.
but this was for no points.
Yeah. When, you know, theoretically there would be other potentially better plays with the rack that weren't fishing. So sometimes you have to think about, think of the letters my opponent has and maybe...
So Quackle's results might be a little bit off here just because it doesn't put into account that their opponent just played 2 tiles, but it does still like wigs. So I would definitely go with that here.
Yeah, I cut the valuation slightly short of 100%, but this is the valuation. Wig does come out as 4th best, and there isn't much of a percentage difference. But...
Twig is actually pretty interesting if you want to go that route.
I don't know if I want to go that route, though.
I definitely don't. I would just play wigs here.
Yeah, the more you talk about wigs being the best play, the more I feel like it's the best play as well.
I'm glad I could be convincing.
But anyway, Alison plays wig. And
I think I saw the opponent's rack and their bingo.
Oh yeah, I must have missed that when I was going through the. I must have been like half asleep when I annotated this game, because I mean when I annotate, I tend not to pay attention to what's going on unless I'm bored.
That's probably for the best. You don't want to like get excited or whatnot.
Yeah, like having you make me laugh is sometimes really bad.
Oh
I'm
no.
trying to keep poker face, and you're just there making me laugh.
Oh, whoops. Okay, so yeah, tenuous is the best play here. If you don't see that, then
You're a dud.
you are a dud.
I mean, 2U bonuses are actually really hard to see. I've always struggled with using Ys.
This rack is going to be pretty tenuous to play through if you don't have it, though.
Yeah, and
I think I like that tenuous the best.
yeah, this one is more defensive. Because this one puts the S on the triple lane, and you really just don't want to do that. That's just easy points there if your opponent's got a couple of high-scoring tiles. Whereas
Yeah, your opponent just plays
just any four-letter
Yeah,
word, really. It's like 21 points, maybe 30, easy peasy.
and your opponent could already score at L1, but that's just one spot anyways.
Mhm.
This also creates a spot similar to L1, so you're probably just going to exchange 30-point plays after this.
Yeah, well, shockingly, she doesn't see the bonus.
Womp womp.
She does this
I figured
instead.
I figured that she didn't when you said that you didn't see it earlier.
Yeah, well, I could have also said that I didn't see it, and then she saw it after I didn't see it. Well, anyway, she exchanges OUU.
Right. Okay. That's reasonable. She probably just doesn't want U's on a rack anymore. I can't blame her.
Yeah. It's just when you realise you've changed when there was a bonus, it kind of...
Yeah, that'll sting when she looks at this later. If she looks at this later, tell her not to.
Yeah. Fortunately, I wasn't there to tell them that they missed this live. So, now Alison's got one of the high-scoring tiles on her rack. She's got the Z.
She almost says zone times, but she's missing another E.
Yeah, because you can't have time zones. Who made that not a thing?
So interestingly enough, she actually has zone at H7, but I think I'd rather just play zones.
Yeah, would you prefer zones
Or Mizzen.
here?
Or Mizzen, maybe.
Or Mizzen?
One of
Or-
those plays. I'm
So
not...
definitely not Zins or Zins.
Yeah, you don't want to just give your opponent a free 40-point play for no good reason.
You could also argue that maybe playing zones, if your opponent has an E, and maybe an L or an R, then you're giving them easy points. But this is harder to hit as well. Just slightly harder to hit.
So one of the nice things about Zins actually is that your opponent just exchanged 3 and they're likely to bingo. So if they bingo, you could take that spot.
And
I
it's
still
it's highly likely that they're going to have a bonus through a Z as well.
And they probably didn't keep like an L if they just exchanged 3, so that makes zones safer. I would probably just go with zones here. I think it's actually pretty close though.
Yeah,
I think
let's just end the sim.
Oh, it actually likes that play.
Wow. That's actually quite...
It's actually really defensive now that I think about it. If they don't bingo off of Wig, then what are they doing?
Mhm.
But they're
I mean,
so likely to bingo off.
an ERS ending bingo fits along row 10.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem with zone. If your opponent has a good rack, it probably gets a lot worse. Your rack is pretty good though. It keeps hooks for a bunch of stuff on the board. Keeps an S, which is likely to come in handy later.
And you know what? Zone is played here.
Ooh, nice find by Alison.
Yeah, very impressive. And yeah, we've got a nice shiny new rack for Adrienne here.
I don't know if novates is a word.
It is a word.
I thought it might be.
Why
I am
did you
going
thought it might be? Yeah, novates is fine. I've seen it in the Oxford Dictionary as well. I think it was new to not the last update, the one before that.
Yep, I'm actually just looking on Dizima right now just to make sure it's not Collins only.
Yeah, you do that. You need to make sure you're not accidentally learning Collins.
No, it's TWL and it's top 1,000. I should know that.
Ah.
So she could play Novates and Twig here. That's gonna be the obvious play.
Yeah, I mean, if you see novates, it's what you play. If you don't see novates,
then you play Vote or Ovens or Evo or Avo.
Just based on generate choices, not based on any kind of sense.
Yep. I'm letting Quackle do my work for me right now.
Yeah, you're tired. She plays Van. Up here. Novates is kind of a bad miss because it's a
so much
common
better than
set of
everything
letters.
else.
Yeah, and it's just...
It's 98 points. You're losing a lot of equity here. It's unfortunate miss.
And especially considering you're 104 points behind as well.
Yeah, that'll get you right back in the game.
Yeah. Yeah, let's just move on. Let's not think about it anymore.
No, there's not really much to discuss in that turn anyways. The play is obvious.
Mm-hmm.
Almost pig nuts.
Pig mutts or pig tums. Pig tummies.
Gumpiest. It's not. Stumping with the N. One of the things I actually like to do is look for, like, as soon as I draw a rack, I just, like, the first thing I think about is what eights are in this rack.
Yeah, and
to save myself time.
Yeah, and people should probably do that as well because it will help them identify the letters, and also if you just look for the letters on the board, you can then cross off in your mind individually which potential floaters your rack goes with and that won't work with the rack on the board. Because when people think of a floater, they think, oh, it's all in the open, there's lots of space around it. But sometimes the floater you need is like hidden away and you have to make 3 other words. And, you know, instead of hitting the bonus that you actually saw, you've missed it because you weren't... Someone just sneezed out here. Like,
maybe it was your cat that you don't have. But anyways, here I like Gumps and Swig. It closes this last lane down.
Yeah,
it's the most dangerous lane by far.
And considering Alison's 100-point lead already, it really kills off pretty much every scoring opportunity on this board. You'd have to have a bonus starting with a vowel or basically like a...
Yeah, and you're not going to score much there, so Alison has to be pretty happy about Gumps. Run, Forrest, run!
She actually plays Gump here. She just plays Gump.
I like that a lot less. The problem with that is if Adrienne bingos or even just plays to the G, then that whole side of the board is now open, and Alison has to worry about that now.
Yeah, or what about this play that you didn't see? Gwimps. I'm not even pronouncing that right, but probably...
Yeah, that's maybe a little bit better than Gumps.
Probably because of the turnover as well, the extra tile that you're playing. And also it's harder to play down column F as well. It's a lot harder to hit, I think, because with just vowel consonant with the GU...
Yeah, it just blocks up the board a little bit more.
It's just a tiny bit harder to actually make a play that actually scores something.
Yeah, it's the same idea as Gumps, except just a little bit better.
Yeah. Because the thing is, the more words you have to make in a turn, the more kind of parallels you have to make, the harder it is for someone to actually hit those parallels. Usually.
Yep. I agree.
But anyway, this Gump is played. Oh, and challenged. It was challenged.
Neat.
But, yeah, as I was typing this next rack into...
Yeah, booties.
I was like, oh my god, Totos.
Is that a word?
Yeah, Toetoes.
That's not TWL, as far as I know.
Well, TWL sucks because,
Yeah,
it doesn't have
it's-
fun words like Totos.
Ooh, also Toy Toy.
Yeah, Toto and Toy Toy.
Yep, I didn't know either of those, but Booties is fine.
Yeah, of course the bonuses are actually slightly harder to see if, because especially maybe a player of these two's abilities, not saying that they're bad, but, you start getting fixated on the O's and the E's and that you've got duplicates.
Yeah, you can easily just trick yourself into not seeing a bingo here.
Yeah, and sometimes you think, oh, I have to split up the duplicates in a
Yeah,
word or put them together, and then it can end up really confusing you. Oh my god, I think it all says like Totos.
Yeah, Toshu and Toshu. That is TWL.
Totos, Booties, Toshu. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Totos,
Yeah,
Booties, and Toshu.
I looked and those are the only 7s and there are no 8s, so those are going to be it for bingos.
Yeah, Toto.
You don't-
Collins players should know Toto because learning the words that are kind of doubled, like lava, are quite fun. Even if they're not going to get you anywhere, they're just fun to learn.
Yep, I think Lava is TWL.
Yeah, but anyway, none of these are played. Like,
Is Vo played? Because I don't hate that if you don't see the bingos.
no, it's whoa. Let's play.
That's not that bad either. The only thing I don't love about it is that it blocks up that double lane a little bit.
Yeah.
I'd rather just open another high scoring lane, but Vo can be really dangerous. Even if your opponent doesn't have an S, they could just score 30 on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
Vo might be a little bit better.
Yeah,
but
except it does give a potential double back, but
Yeah.
oh well.
This is a situation where you just have to see your bingos, though. It's pretty unfortunate.
Yeah. It gets to a point sometimes where you miss too many bingos, and that's just missing bingos for some people is just horrible to begin with. But
Missing bingos loses games. Who would have
Yeah.
thought?
yeah, a lot of people seem to like hitting bingos a lot and don't like missing them at all. But anyway, Alison's drawn another. Oh no, wait. Yeah, Alison's drawn another beautiful rack.
Yeah, she has her option of bingos here. She could play Snurtle, which we were talking about earlier today.
Or in the
Making-
case of this game, it would be later in the series.
Yes.
Later
we're
in the
time
series earlier
travelers.
today. Yeah. Yeah, we're like
Watching
Doctor
these in
Who.
order, if we're watching these in order, don't listen to what I'm saying. Just accept that Snurtle at E5 is going to be the best play.
Oh yeah. Magic.
Magic!
Or Gristle.
not even-
Or Bristle. Or Spurtle. Or Snurtle.
Yeah, any of them are fine.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of where you want to go for the better score of the lot, because they're defensive as well. Versus maybe some of the other bonuses.
Yep, I saw Stylier. I somehow didn't see Sterile.
I'm not going to make a joke about you.
Hey, I didn't see it.
Yeah. But anyway, all of these bonuses at E5, not only do they score the best and the most, but they're also really defensive. Because it's hard
Yeah.
to play alongside two consonants, especially if they're like GR or BR. I mean, of course, there's this S here that's not really nice, so maybe Spurtle. It's probably.
Or Snurtle.
Or Snurtle, but Spurtle is probably best because Snurtle has less vowels and consonants that go either side.
Yeah, if you miss these, it's not the end of the world as long as you find like Sterile or Stylier.
So, is it the end of the world if this happens?
Probably not either. She's still gonna be over 150 ahead.
Yeah. But sometimes...
If the game was closer, it could have been the end of the world, but
Yeah.
it's not.
But sometimes, my sister always says how, she learns a lot more about how to play better from the games that she crushes than she does from the games that she loses. Because sometimes she misses optimum plays that she knows in the games that she crushes, whereas in those that she gets destroyed in, she's just not really missing anything her level.
Right.
It's something to think
Yeah,
about.
sometimes in the games that you get destroyed in, you're just drawing crap every turn, so ta-da, you lost.
Yeah.
So Oleaster is one that I see immediately.
Yeah, I think any double here is fine.
Yep, overeats. It's a good Bnjy word, unfortunately.
Oh, look, more of these doubles.
Oh yeah, those are better.
This way as well. Yeah, these.
I don't know why I saw the ones before, but not now. That's pretty stupid.
Yeah, I mean, considering that this is Adrienne instead of Alison, would you consider playing a double the other way to keep the board slightly more open?
I kind of like arrow now.
I don't think that keeps it open at all, though.
You still have woes, you have triple potentials, and then there's still the pen. Probably not, though.
Yeah.
At this point, if I was Alison, I'd probably just be throwing in the towel and just playing Resonate or something. I actually like Resonate. It keeps the hook alive.
Mhm. And you know what? She does do Resonate.
I probably would have just taken the points with, like, Senator or something.
It's hard to know, really, because you want to try and win every game, and then at the same time, you already know it may be beyond your reach.
So, Alison has a nice play here, Folia, at first glance.
You know, I actually wrote that down on my annotation sheet, Folia.
Yeah, just overlapping there. I think that's a pretty clear play.
It's 42 points, it's an overlap. Ov doesn't take an S, so it's not really a giant risk at all. And really you just, especially as there's this bonus lane anyway, so, and then this one over here.
You're still just going up, you're just going up 140 after this.
Yeah, it's really about scoring points and turnover and trying not to open up anything silly on the board. Oh wow, Foster.
I was wondering if there was something like that, but I did not know that.
Wow, that would have been incredible. I would have died had that been played in front of me.
Are you a foster child?
No.
Okay.
No, I would have just been like, how the hell does anyone who's not Nigel see that?
I think Mac and Will would see that.
They're America's version of Nigel.
Not quite.
Half Nigels.
More accurate.
Quarter Nigels.
I think half Nigels is fine.
Yeah, Alison plays aim here, which is pretty low scoring considering some of the other plays here. And
so what I'm guessing is she just didn't see Folia and she didn't want to open a triple with foam.
Yeah.
And she wanted to deduplicate her eyes.
Yeah, and it's quite hard to do all of that and not know. And, you know, to know Folia would be easy, but if you don't know it, then to actually accomplish those things is actually harder.
Yep.
So, Adrienne's rack now. Of her John. Which doesn't actually sound...
I need a bathroom break.
Yeah. But, yeah, I mean here she's got two H's, which is really clunky. And then she's got the J that just doesn't go on this board.
She can play John. It gets back a 30-point play, unfortunately, and she can't really be afforded to be doing it.
A really easy 30-point play. And considering she kind of wants to not let Alison score so many points in one turn so easily.
I think she might have to try it, though. She might just have to do that and hope her opponent has a horrible rack or something.
Yeah, because it is entirely possible that that can happen.
It is pretty unlikely, though, after aim. She probably has some more vowels.
What do you think about Ohone? Ohone.
Oh, I forgot. I think I forgot that was a word, and I think that's a much better play than John.
Because the thing is about Ohone, or Ohone, however you say it, is that it also creates a J hotspot as well. You can't really use it at the moment because you know, the letters remaining won't help at all. But you're creating a hotspot, and that's kind of what you want to do in this position.
Yeah, if you draw an A, you have Haj and Hem as well. I like Ohone a lot. Oh, there's the J play that we both missed.
Rujon. Yeah.
That's probably the play.
What do you think about it leaving two H's though, or just that doesn't matter at this point?
She'll be able to play those off eventually.
And I suppose you could argue that she's creating an H hotspot down the end column as well.
Well, she's creating another bingo lane down that column.
By taking
nice.
one away.
Well, this one probably scores more.
Yeah.
But they're... Anyways, I think that's the play. I think Ohone is next best. I think Quackle has it in order here.
Yeah. Adrienne plays Re.
I actually kind of like that. Not as much as some of these other plays, but...
Yeah, at least you're keeping a J play on your rack.
Yeah, it scores and it preserves John for next turn if she wants to do that.
Yeah, we're gonna move on from here. Next.
Foibold.
Yep. Or as I've typed it in, Fleobed.
I don't think there's a place to play Foibold, though.
Yeah. Nope. No, I don't see Foibold anywhere. I mean, interestingly, Red just blocked it.
Wait,
M5.
it was... Oh yeah, resonated, of course.
Of course, Bnjy, stop doing those things.
So
with no bonus, probably no playable bonus, probably looking to offload F and B, if possible. Or one of F or B.
Yeah, I would. You can play Fob and Fem, but that's just giving your opponent a triple lane, which is clearly not what you want to be doing. I think I'd rather play Ob or of, making on and Ba or Fa.
Yeah, I'd prefer to get rid of the F here.
I agree.
Oh, and of course Fosterling, we've both missed it again.
How could we?
Of course,
we should have seen it this time.
Fosterling is the best play. And then of.
Okay, I think for humans you could play of. Does she play of?
No. Let's see if I can remember where this played. 10D. Here, she plays food. No, there's no L in food. Food. And
my problem with food is that it just doesn't really do anything.
Yeah, it doesn't really score, and it doesn't block either.
No.
So it's just like, what does it do?
I guess it blocks Wig, which is nice.
Yeah, but then at the same time, there are other bonus lanes available. And
yeah, this does a good job of blocking sevens ending in TNS.
But the thing is, bonuses ending in S could go on the end of this rock of
That's
lava over here, so the bonus is still going to play.
That's a good point. I guess blocking a T ending bonus isn't quite enough to make food a good play. I'd rather just play of.
People
Or-
like you might argue that food is always a good play.
Yes, as we established earlier.
But anyway, that's what happens.
You're short.
No, I'm not sure. No, I am really short. I'm 5'1", but there we go. I'm short anyway.
Alright, so here I think you have a pretty easy play of joint. Making Ort.
Yeah, immediately it just scores the best. You know it.
Yep.
And then if your opponent can't hit the triple with the J, you get another 30 points on top of that. And I've always found that J's are really hard to get to triples off of. I've always struggled.
You generally need 2 vowels.
Yeah.
Or just like a weird combination of consonants that you wouldn't usually want to keep on your rack.
Yeah, usually A's and E's are what you have to use to do
Yeah,
it.
you're probably making your rack worse. That's actually an interesting point. I'll have to keep that in mind for the future.
See, talking about things actually helps.
Yeah, I learned things.
And then you kind of bounce ideas off other people. This is always good, but yeah, joint is easily best.
Yep.
And then if you don't see joint,
The other nice thing is if your opponent doesn't play there, then you can, if you draw an O, you'll have John.
yeah, which is, 42 points. So, I mean, there are only 3 O's left. It's like
Yeah,
a
but
1
you have
in
to get
40.
lucky to win this game. You're behind by over 100.
Yeah, and you're definitely gonna have to get lucky.
Yep.
As the
Well-
song goes, I think.
We're up all night to get lucky.
We are technically up all night, but we're
Well,
not
you
doing it
are.
to get lucky.
Well, you are.
True.
I'm not playing on. So here I think you have to bite the bullet and play Kibla.
Yeah, you don't want to be opening up a triple though. But there are no blanks on scene, 1S. The pool doesn't really look super friendly.
Your opponent just played 5 tiles.
Yeah. Oh look, another one. Easterling.
I think I've actually heard that before. Quackle is suggesting QI, which if it's actually as close as it says it is, then maybe that's the better play.
This is just
Or you could even just play Gel this turn and wait on QI.
yeah, and you'd probably do Gel over Jill because you want to keep the eye.
I agree.
Because there are only 2 eyes left, only 2 U's left, and when the eyes and U's start getting low in the pool, you're like, no, I need to get rid of my Q, or at least some way save the Q. But she plays Jill. She's feeling lucky.
Okay.
Oh wait, did
Clearly she.
I think I forgot to put this rack in. Oh well. There you go, the rack is finally in the stream. I knew I was going to forget to do it at some point.
It's alright. Oh, so the Quackle is just for my viewing pleasure.
Well, it's also so that I can upload it later. I'm going to save it, upload
okay.
it.
Okay. I'm surprised that you're not just using this Quackle for the stream.
I didn't understand what that meant, but we can talk about that afterwards.
Yeah, okay. Whatever.
So, lots of A's.
Yep.
Not the most pleasant of racks.
No, this wasn't the draw that she needed.
Yeah. Definitely didn't need that many A's.
Nope.
And the thing is, Adrienne wants to play as few tiles as possible, because she wants to have the tiles left to be able to bonus.
Right. She's probably going to need multiple bingos at this point.
Yeah, especially as, playing off few tiles is going to be few points. And then it's kind of like that kind of negative feedback cycle of you have to play a few tiles for a few
Well-
points to get the big score, and then if you don't get the big score, you're still scoring a few points, and then your opponent gets even further ahead, and then it's like,
Ooh, she almost has Savannah.
yeah,
If she had an N instead of the R, that would be amazing.
that would be really fun. Oh, I learnt this word once. It's just a nice word. It's not
It is
any
nice.
not any good for this scenario because it plays too many tiles and.
Does open a scary triple lane, which is nice, but
But it's
I don't
really
know if
easily
that's what you really want to be doing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because it's just so easily blockable, it's just not worth it.
I think Tava is fine.
Yeah, even though you're killing off some floaters, you're getting rid of the problem letters.
Yeah, failing that, what I saw was Ava. The problem with this is it's just like super easy points for your opponent, and they could just easily block this lane.
Mm-hmm.
So, one thing that a lot of people just misunderstand is when you're behind, you should open the board, but don't just flail and open the board in
Everywhere.
ways that just like don't give your opponent just super obvious plays. Otherwise, that's just gonna backfire for you.
And you're going to end up
Like,
further
of course-
behind.
Yeah, of course. Like if you play a Va here, of course they're just gonna play from that A. They would be insane not to.
Yeah, and they would play from this A rather than this A because this one is where the score will probably come from with
Yeah, that's where
bonuses.
they
Whereas
go.
this one is like, well, if you hit it, you hit it.
They can't even bonus there.
Yeah, which is the most important thing. She can't bonus there.
Yeah, so
Adrienne plays Lav here, and it's a really defensive play, and it's unnecessarily defensive.
yeah, I'm not a fan of this.
I mean, if she stuck an
not
A on
only-
the end, I could understand.
Yeah, that's also pretty easy to block, but it just makes more sense. Like you want to deduplicate your A's,
Or
and
detriplicate your A's in this case.
well, they're still duplicates.
You've left a duplicate, but anyway.
Yeah, you don't want to leave a duplicate, and you don't want to shut down bingo lanes.
Yeah, and she basically did both of those things there. Which kind of only adds to the misery.
Yep. But she'll lose by less.
Yeah, I mean that's always a good thing, I guess, if you like your
If you
spread.
enjoy losing.
Yeah, maybe. So Alison, in the meantime, has actually managed to draw one of the U's and I's that we talked about that was left. She's got the U.
Fortunately, she doesn't have great plays with it. She could play Squab, which is fine.
Yeah. So squab here. It's
I'm
like,
glad I saw Squab because I just found it as I was completing that sentence. When I started that sentence, I did not see Squab.
yeah,
But it is a clear play, I'm sure.
yeah. He's stilling again, but no. F over here.
I understand the sentiment, but just play off your cue at this point.
Yeah, and the thing is, squab also blocks the S and the T bonus lanes, and even though it creates like a UAB floater, they're not the best floaters in the best positions for the best scores, so... And you still keep the EF for next time.
The
I mean,
Q is just not good enough on this board to be playing F, I don't think.
Yeah, and you don't want the Q to be blocked, and now it's useless.
I would play Squab here.
She plays F.
Womp womp. Well, maybe she was right, I don't know.
I mean, you never really know until you never really know you're right until your opponent actually plays their move.
Or until you quackle.
All that.
And sometimes even if you quackle, you don't know if you're right.
Yeah.
Until you talk to someone much better than you at this game.
That's neither of us, is it?
No. That was if we got like Kenji or Nigel on here.
Yeah.
And even they're sometimes unsure.
So, Adrienne's yet again got kind of rubbish, really. Again.
Yep.
It's not going to make a bonus unless like there's some kind of miracle word in there somewhere. Like a made up word maybe. Watch, there is going to be a bonus and I've just called it a made up word. But it's just the thing is when you're trying to make bonuses you don't want higher scoring tiles because higher scoring tiles are higher scoring because they're harder to make bonuses from.
Correct.
So you want less of them. And by having them, while it's easier to get 30-point scores with them, it's harder to get 70-point scores with them.
Correct. Again.
Thank you for agreeing with me.
So,
but this board is just tight now.
Yep.
And it's hard to get rid of both the H and the Y while unduplicating your duplicates.
Yeah, the only words that I see that do it are like...
Harry.
Yeah.
But that doesn't even play.
I keep thinking Hyra is a word for some reason. Just Hyrax. Alright, let's see what Quackle likes, because I'm really not sure, and
I don't want to think about it too long. It likes Syra.
Oh, there's one. There's one.
Or Shiny.
There's another I didn't know. I'm pretty sure Syra is Collins. Yeah, it is. Shawnee is TWL, though. I haven't gotten to my...
6s yet. 6 is Bnjy.
I've actually considered studying them, but I got really frustrated. And was like, fuck this, I'm doing bingos.
Yeah, bingos are kind of more important.
Yeah, I need to learn the 6s at some point, though.
Eventually.
If I want to actually win nationals rather than lose my last 6 of my last 7 games.
Ah. But yeah, for the reasons we described, Syra and Shani are best. They also give some floaters back, but right now it's about trying to get a bonus-friendly rack. But even then, on this kind of board, getting a bonus-friendly rack sometimes isn't good enough.
Ooh, I didn't know. Orza.
Where are we looking?
Wait, no, it's Yarn. Never mind. Just ignore what I'm saying. I forgot Fawn. Okay.
Don't worry, Benji's just forgetting everything that he's learnt so far.
I don't remember any Collins. It's been like 3 months since I've played a game of Well, I've played a few games of Club, but that doesn't count.
Adrienne plays Tarry, and you know that keeps the H, so... It's
awkward. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it just makes it just more awkward to bonus with for all the reasons that we described.
Bark here, probably.
I mean, here's probably where you want to get rid of the Q as well.
Yeah, no, I play Bark here. Barque.
Is that some kind of posh French dog? Bark?
No, it is a small ship, according to Collins Zizova.
Yeah. I mean, even playing Berger.
Yeah, that's fine too.
You know, either is fine because they both get rid of the Q. They both score 30 points plus.
Burka might even have been better if there wasn't 4 E's unseen. He keeps a vowel, and you just want to not have a disaster rack at this point, since you're so far ahead. I might even just play Burka here. You might be right.
Because if you have a disaster rack and your opponent just makes an opening and then you realise, I can't really block it, you're kind of screwed.
Yep. I've had that happen to me in a club game recently. I took a commanding lead on a dead board, and then I played a 36-point play, keeping 5 consonants, and I drew VV out of the bag, and suddenly I couldn't win the game, even though I was up by 70.
Ouch. But yeah,
and there was
Alison
only
plays
6 in the
Crab
bag.
Eek.
Yeah, I just want to get rid of the Q here.
But the thing is, the worst thing about Crab is that it creates another S bonus lane.
Is Scrab good? It's Collins only. That's so dumb.
Well...
It's Scrab. We're playing it.
Yeah, we're playing, like... Scrab. But
Okay,
yeah,
so
Crab just kind of defeats the purpose of what she should be doing as well by creating another lane.
Yep.
So.
Alright, so... I just didn't know that was a lane.
It would have been okay in TWL, not that great in Collins.
Even in TWL, I would just play Berger or Bark. You just want the points here.
Yeah.
She probably just didn't see them.
Because as well, if the person in the lead is scoring 30 points all the time, it's harder for the person behind to catch up. So on one hand, you want to think about defense, but you still want to think about scoring, because if you score too few points, they're going to catch up quicker.
Yeah, in this case, you're probably safe, but if the score was like 50 points closer, you would have to sweat it a little bit more.
So Adrienne's rack. Still
I
not...
like Ohone.
You like a Hone again?
Yep.
Yeah,
Still
you know what?
play.
I think I'm going to have to agree with you. It gets rid of the H. There are plenty of E's in the pool.
Scores
It
36.
scores. It creates more bonus lanes, more floaters for your bonuses.
Scores 36.
Again, it scores 36. Yeah. I mean, it's hard to see how Ohone isn't good.
36
And
points.
Even the valuation is like, just by speedy player, it's 11 points higher.
Yeah.
But it's not played.
Womp womp. She probably just didn't see it.
Yeah. No, this is the word that's played. Which kind of...
Yes, doesn't really do anything.
It's almost defeatist by this point.
Yeah. It's you have to see Ohone here though, if you want a chance of winning.
Yeah. And Alison has got all the goodies, literally all the goodies, except for that S. She's got all the goodies.
So I'd probably just play Wex and Wem here.
Wex and Wem. There are 3 E's unseen though, and
Oh yeah, Wex
it
is the
takes
one
an
that's
E.
using. I keep forgetting whether it's Wex or Yex.
Yeah,
Okay, so
Wex takes the E, so you really don't want to do that in Collins.
that is a horrible play. Ignore me, stream.
Well, we're not streaming, but still, it's a horrible play. Don't listen
Yes.
to Bnjy. That's why I'm here to help correct him, steer him on the right path.
Okay, so here I actually like playing none of the Q or the X, and I just would play Y, W, Y, E, and Yao and NY.
It scores the best. You know, I mean, you could... No. That's by far the best. Because the other things that score just aren't good enough. And, you know, you can always deal with the Q, the U, and the X later. I mean, because it's not impossible to play them on this board. If it was impossible, you'd probably be like, oh yeah, we need to
get rid of these now.
But you don't really need to, because there's the Eye of Joint that's playable, and you're sitting there with a U, and the pool looks quite foul friendly. So Y is great.
You could even just luck your way into a 60-point Ox something play.
Aw, I wish I could luck into plays more often.
Sometimes that's the best way to win.
So yeah, Adrienne's racks are still getting pretty horrible. I mean, that H has been there for quite a while now. And
Yes. Now at this point, the game is pretty much over. Let's rush through the rest of this.
Yeah.
I'd probably just play like hit it out of desperation at this point, praying that my opponent doesn't have an E. I don't know, maybe hit in hem
hit here.
or something.
Yeah.
Something like that. Anyways, this play isn't really. That's probably better.
Yeah. She plays Hid. This Hid.
Okay. Yeah, this is a fine play if you're just giving up, which is very reasonable to do in this spot.
Yeah. And also with a long tournament, you don't really want to use up so much brain power that you're just dead by the end of it.
Yep.
First thing you really do here is look for X and Q plays. Because you kind of want to get rid of one now. The pool is getting... You know, there's 7 in the bag now, and you really need to think about stuff.
Now you might have to like start worrying about this now. I would play quota.
Yeah. Every time quota.
And again, I saw quota as I was finishing my sentence.
Yeah, maybe you should start finishing sentences more often when you play.
I start saying things while I fly. I actually saw the possibility of quota earlier, but when it actually showed up, it took me a little while to see. Nilgaus. Does not look like it comes down.
And linguas, I think.
Oh, is that a thing?
I think it's a thing.
Yep, it is. It's Collins.
It's a thing. I got something
But
right.
what plays is actually Stalling, which I didn't know.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
That's Collins also.
And it fits across here, doesn't it? Soiling.
Wow, that's beautiful. I was just looking at Scrabble.
It doesn't fit anymore. Quota blocked it.
Oh yeah, that's a great play. If she finds
Oh my
it.
god, linguas fits as well.
Wow, that's even better play.
Oh, soiling isn't even a word. What are you on about? It's saluing.
I'm just tired.
You're tired. Bnjy can't read.
I saw the letters. I'm leaning back in my chair. Ziziva is all the way over there.
Bnjy can't read as well. To think it's me that's been up for like, what is it, 20 hours almost?
Well, I've had a full work week.
And I haven't, okay. But yeah, even playing any of these bonuses is not going to get you to win.
No, but you still play them.
Yeah,
These are
show
fun.
off a bit maybe.
If you can't win, at least get some style points.
Yeah, but no, she plays rub.
Way to rub it in.
I am rubbing in it.
I say as I rub my eye.
What are you rubbing into your... Oh my god, I can't make the rack work. What is actually on this rack? Oh yeah, that's on this rack. Can't read my own writing. It's my problem. And I've yet again forgotten to change the racks over.
This is my least favorite part of the stream because I don't get to say anything.
Aww. You could still say something. I'm the one that's talking too much.
No, I'm probably talking too much too.
We're both talking too much, which doesn't sound very likely.
No. One of us is talking too much, but I'm not sure who, so let's just keep talking the same amount.
Yeah, it would be really nice here if Alison could extend the O of resonated with the X to the triple with something like Oxbow or Oxeye.
Yeah, that's not possible though, so just play something like Tex.
Yeah, just anything really that gets rid of the X.
The X is actually not even that urgent. You could, if you have a high scoring play without it, then just play that instead.
You just don't want to be caught with it if Adrienne bonuses.
If you're not playing the X, you should not empty the bag. That's the only thing.
Yeah. So
I don't like that. I think I like that a lot more.
yeah, I mean, even though it creates the S lane.
That's fine. You're still gonna win.
Yeah. What does she play? She plays Ibex. Where's Ibex? Why isn't Ibex on here? I can't see. Oh, it's up here.
That's actually a little bit safer. I think I might actually prefer that.
Yeah, because it just doesn't create another opening. That's probably the only difference.
The thing is, if she probably doesn't see it, but S something 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 ing bingo still play.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I just looked up this rack and there are no bingos in here.
Ah. So Adrienne spent like a long time actually trying to go for a bonus that just never came, and probably a part of it was due to the fact that she kept keeping the clunky letters. And you know, through the course of this game, you could kind of see how just the higher scoring letters just destroy.
Yeah, she missed bingos early on when she played.
Whoa.
When she exchanged and when she played Van.
Bless you.
Whoa. Thank you. And then she just managed her rack kind of poorly afterwards.
Mm-hmm. So here it's just really about, if there's no bonus, it's just about playing out because there's nothing left in the bag. So you probably want
You
to
actually want to ask championship player here for the best endgame. You also don't want to give your opponent potence.
Yeah, that's the thing. Because they've got potence left. So Ingo seems to value best.
Yeah, it probably just gives the highest scoring outplays. Like you have Sal and Penes and Scrab and Sal.
Lingo. Bnjy Lingo.
That too.
Oh, what does she play? She plays Slog. Slog isn't even here. Slog.
Basically, as long as you don't give potence, your play is fine.
Yeah. And then, pretty much for Alison, it's get rid of the C and the P.
Yeah, I think Copin or something like that is fine.
Or just extending Chid.
Or just Sap or Cop.
Yeah. Copen. So our championship player. Oh, it's Wedfell. Copen, then Cop, then Sep. But I think these are the same anyway.
Yeah, those are going to be the same.
Yeah, Sep is played.
Copin is just 2 points better.
Yep. I'm sorry I'm not correcting the racks. It's just...
Yeah, it's the end game anyway.
It's pretty self-explanatory what's there anyway. And then Ain is just...
Yeah, and like any...
This Ain.
Yeah, that's fine. That's best.
And then...
And there you have it.
We have a winner.
Rough start for Adrienne.
Yeah, especially for a first game, you know, to...
Yeah, it's not a fun way to start your day.
It's like getting out of the blocks all excited and then just falling over. So...
Alright, let's move on to another one before you fall asleep.
It's midnight and I need to wake up early tomorrow. But anyway...
Okay, so let's not move on to another one.
But anyway, thank you guys if you actually did watch this far in this first video. That was actually longer than we anticipated, but anyway, we hope to do this again maybe sometime. Yep. And we'll see you for round 2 maybe of
the
BMSC warm-up. Bye.
Bye.